I've recently been asked by a number of people about what I would suggest they do in terms of their computer systems itself. Obviously, if you had all the money in the world, you should be buying all the processor in the world. But the reality is we all don't have unlimited budget, so we have to live with what we can afford. If you can afford it, I'd definitely look into the Pentium processor levels. But for many people, a 486 may be all you can afford. There's a couple of tricks that can help that system work quite nicely for you. One is memory. Right now, the minimum configuration on your computer should be 8 megabyte, but if you have the resources, I'd definitely look to a 16 megabyte system. The other thing I think you have to keep in mind is the hard disk, and that's the large fixed disk inside the machine that stores the bulk of your data. You can get 200 and 300 megabyte drives, but in reality, you should be up around 500 megabyte because of the size of the Windows operating system and OS2 if you're using it, and other graphical type interfaces all require large amounts of storage space. So look to your hard disk and get a nice big one. You'll feel much better about it long term. At any rate, feeling better about things, I want to show you a little bit about a CAD package that does some rendering today on Computer Insider. It's interesting as we get into modern computer-based technologies how it is that we want to do more with the computer system. Sometimes you go out and we're looking at right now a CAD package which lets you go out and design buildings and all sorts of things. But what we really want to be able to do is to make that information come to life so that we can visualize it and take advantage of it. Right now we're just going through some basic drawing of a building so you can see walls and doors and windows and that sort of thing. And across here we have a series of tools. But what I really wanted to show you about in this application had more to do with what they call rendering. Taking a basic engineering model and making it come to life. And that's what we've done here. Right now the computer is doing what they call a wire outline of an animation. And it's a lamp sitting on a desk. What we can do is have the computer render that for us. Depending on how much detail we ask for, and you can watch the timeline up here, is how much detail actually appears on the image itself. Because we are working in a fairly high-end CAD package, you have all of the tools up here that we're used to seeing. And remember, we're still operating in our Windows operating environment, so everything that you're used to having is still available to you. Again, we can go through and make selections about what we want to do, go back up into our menuing system, pull down some menus and commands, and again go through and start to render. Remember, the faster this line up here goes, the more detail you're going to get down here. And as you can see, this is moving very slowly. What the computer is going to start adding in for us here are things like shadows and reflections. So when you see this image and take it out of the computer and put it into videotape or into a laser or whatever, you're going to have an awful lot more detail. Now, I know it seems a little simple doing all of this just for a table lamp, but if you take that and expand upon the idea, maybe scan into your products, or if you have an engineer who's done a drawing for you, bring that into the computer system and be able to build upon this. And of course, if you want to be your own amateur engineer and do it yourself, well, that's what computers are all about, develop skills you otherwise might not have had time for. It's a fascinating package and designed to come in and help those of us who may not have as much disposable income as we'd like to work on these sorts of things. At any rate, let's head back over to the studio and look at the technicalities of all this. I was very impressed when I had to look at this rendering package because the whole world of computer animations is exploding, and I think given a little bit of time, we're all going to expect to see high-level animations in our industrial videos, in sales presentations, and that sort of things. Now, if you want to see some high levels in presentations, all you have to do is look at our fax and demand system because we present the most current computer industry news. All you have to do is dial the number on the screen, the middle number, the 800 number, and it will connect you to our computer system that will send that information back to you. Speaking about things being online, we've got Stan Weiss, who's online at Novell, coming online with us so we can look at the future of networking right here on Computer Insider.
Only sharp presentation systems deliver the winning combination. Don't miss your next opportunity. Get the Sharp Edge. From a family of incredibly vivid computer projection panels to our convergence-free LCD projectors, you too can have multimedia presentation power like never before. Up to 16 million colors in computer, video, or combined. Sharp presentation systems and you, the winning combination.
ท่าทางเหนื่อยเชียวก็อย่างนี้แหละต้องรื้อปรับระบบต้องหาคนมาช่วยเสียเงินแต่ก็ไม่ดีขึ้นใช่ว่ะอย่างนี้ต้อง IBM เฮ้ยงั้นต้องซื้อฮาร์ดแวร์เพิ่มสิไม่ใช่ IBM อ่ะเขามีบริการปรึกษาการจัดระบบเขาจะมาอยู่กับคุณจนงานเรียบร้อยเลยหุ้นผมขึ้นเลยครับขายเลยครับ